Hi, I wanted to do a video and talk about the real side of having prosthetic teeth. The key word here is having prosthetics. So many times I see comments on videos, on posts in dental support groups, or even posts themselves in the support groups where people have just had their extractions 1, 2, 3 days ago, a week ago, 2 weeks ago, even a month ago. Or they went 6 months, 9 months, 12 months, 18 months, 2 years without teeth, and they got their perms, their new set of dentures. Not to be confused with implants, just that set of dentures that is going to be your dentures until you have to replace them. And so many times I see where people say, I put them in, I can't eat with them. They feel bulky. I can't do anything with them. You're not going to be able to do anything with them or adjust to them even on day one. They're prosthetics. They are going to feel bulky. They are going to be challenging to maneuver. They are prosthetics. They are prosthetic teeth. If you had a limb amputated and you got a prosthetic limb, you would not expect, say you had a prosthetic leg or a prosthetic foot, you would not expect to stand for long periods of time, walk up a flight of stairs, walk down the street. You would not expect that on day 1 or day 3 or day 5. People who get if you have a prosthetic hand, you would not expect to sit down and write a paragraph or brush your teeth or brush your hair on day 1. If you had a prosthetic hand or a prosthetic arm, you would not expect to use those prosthetics fully on day 1. You would have physical therapy. You would learn how to use your prosthetic limb. We do not get that with prosthetic teeth. We do not get any kind of classes or anyone teaching us how to use our prosthetic teeth. That is why there are people who do videos on TikTok and Instagram and YouTube who talk about these things. We are the teachers. We are the people who are helping those who are on this journey. We've been there. We know what it's like, so we pass on our experiences. It takes a village. We are part of that village that is helping the other people in the village learn their prosthetics, because there is no one on the professional side that teaches us that. We have to teach ourselves how to learn to use our prosthetics. It's baby steps. It is giving ourselves forgiveness and understanding and patience as we learn our prosthetics. It is a long series of baby steps. We have to set aside time every day to try to eat a new food. Start with really soft foods, work our way up, learn how we are supposed to position our prosthetic teeth and how to bite and how to chew and how to taste and all of those things. We have to teach ourselves how to do that. We have to give ourselves our own therapy and learn those things. We have to practice talking, learning how to form our letters again while we have this bulky thing that our tongue has to adjust to. Our muscles in our mouth have to adjust to this bulky prosthetic. You're not just going to put this prosthetic in and go. You're not going to put it in 3 days after extractions, have that sitting on gums that have gone through quite a lot of trauma, and just use them. It's going to hurt. It's going to be tough. There is a healing process that comes with having your teeth extracted. You don't just feel better after a few days or a week, maybe not even after a few weeks. It depends on your pain tolerance and how you heal individually. So you have to give yourself patience and understanding and forgiveness while you are on this journey, because it is not easy. It's not like putting in those Halloween teeth or toy teeth and just, putting them over your teeth and talking or whatever. I don't know. Has anybody ever tried to eat with toy teeth? You probably can't do it. But you're not putting them over teeth. You're putting them down over your gums. They're going to go all the way down. They're going to go all the way up. And that's going to feel odd. They are these big pieces of material that you are just putting in your mouth, and your muscles have to adjust to that. They have to learn where these prosthetics are. For people who have immediate overhealing gums, you can't use adhesive right away. your muscles do not know what to do with these prosthetics that are in your mouth. So they're going to move around, and you're going to have to learn how to hold them in with your tongue. Once you can use adhesive, use adhesive. Use something like cushion grip or any other silicone-based material that fills in those spaces. Get soft relines from your dentist to fill those materials. Your gums are going to constantly be changing, and the fit of your dentures is going to be changing. That means adhesive might work today, won't work tomorrow. Cushion grip might work today, it might not work tomorrow, because your gums are constantly changing during that healing process. So if you can use it, when you can use adhesive or something else, use it, because that will help your muscles. It will be a placeholder to help your muscles learn where your dentures are supposed to set, where they're supposed to be. You can eventually, once you have snug fitting dentures, once you get your perms, your gums have healed, and you have snug fitting dentures, that is the key to being able to keep your dentures in. If they move a little bit, they're not well fitting dentures, you're going to have to really work at keeping them in. You're going to have to use your tongue to keep them in. But if they're well-fitting dentures, you can wean yourself off of adhesive and they will stay in place because your muscles know where they have to be. I use adhesive every single day for 15 years. And last summer, I started going without adhesive here and there. And I had a follow-up appointment a year and a half after I got my new dentures with my dentist. I didn't have adhesive on. I wasn't holding my dentures in any special way. I wasn't holding them with my tongue. I wasn't keeping them in with my tongue. I just put them in and they stayed in. I talked to my dentist about that because I didn't have to do anything special. I just put them in and I was fine. I could keep them in. She said that that's because my muscles already knew what to do, where to be placed, because I had trained them already to fit around my prosthetic teeth. They knew where they were supposed to set. So using adhesive as a placeholder of sorts to teach your muscles is fine. If you want to wean yourself off of adhesive somewhere down the road, you can. Once your muscles know where they're supposed to be, you'll be able to do it as long as you have snug fitting dentures. Wean yourself off gradually to give yourself a couple of hours here and there, practice eating without adhesive on, and eventually you will be able to maneuver your prosthetic teeth without adhesive. If you choose to continue to use adhesive, which I do, I use adhesive, that's okay too. As my friend Michelle, who has a channel, Real Life with Michelle and Rob, says, your mouth, your rules. If you want to use adhesive to just secure those well-fitting dentures in place and forget about them, that's fine. No harm, no foul. I personally choose to do it because I like knowing that my dentures are snug in my mouth. If I sneeze, I have a very loud sneeze. This tiny person can sneeze like a big old lumberjack. I have a big sneeze. I am very animated when I talk, and I laugh loudly. I throw my head back kind of laugher. And I like knowing that I can do all of those things. My teeth are not going to turn into missiles. I am a terrible multitasker. But you can teach yourself to not use adhesive if you want to, and if you choose to use adhesive on snug fitting dentures, that's cool too. If you want to use cushion grip, anything like that, that's fine. Your mouth, your rules, as Michelle says. So, but you have to learn your prosthetics. You are not going to put them in, and you're not going to just go. No different than putting a prosthetic leg on. You're not going to run a marathon on day one. You're not even going to be able to walk up the stairs, walk across the room. You're not even going to be able to stand. You're not going to have that balance. You're going to have to teach yourself to balance yourself on that prosthetic leg. You're not going to just grab a brush with your prosthetic arm and brush your hair. You're going to have to teach yourself how to hold that brush and how to use that brush and how to maneuver that hairbrush. So you have to do that with prosthetic teeth. You're going to have to teach yourself how to use them. How to taste your food. Use your tongue. Always use your tongue. Your tongue is going to be how you divide your food to both sides. Having your food on both sides of your mouth will help. It will keep your dentures from rocking when you are dealing with the temp part of that phase, as you have temporary dentures and your gums are changing. Even with adhesive, you are going to want to have food on both sides to keep them from rocking. You're going to want to just do that. So that and if you don't use adhesive, you definitely need to do that so that they're not going to move. You're going to need to use your tongue to judge if your food is chewed. You're going to have to utilize your tongue, the sides of your cheek, the soft palate, that epiglottis, the upper part of your esophagus, to taste your food. You want to swish your saliva around when you have a drink. When you have food, you're going to swish that drink around, get all those areas where it tastes, push it up to your soft palate, hold it on your tongue, hold it at the back of your throat, the saliva when you eat. You're going to do the same thing so that you can taste your food. You're going to have to learn all these things. You're not going to just suddenly know how to do it on day one. You're going to have to teach yourself how to do that. Do not get frustrated with yourself that you're not doing it fast enough or well enough. You're doing it on your timetable. You're going to have to teach yourself how to do all these things, and you need to be patient, and you need to forgive yourself and be understanding that these are prosthetics and you have to learn them. It is not just a pop in and go kind of thing. And if you haven't had teeth for 6 months, 9 months, 12 months, 18 months, 2 years, you have learned how to do everything without prosthetics in. That doesn't mean that the day that you get prosthetics, you are just going to poof, be able to use them. You've adjusted to doing everything without prosthetic teeth. Now you have to teach yourself how to do it with prosthetic teeth. The more you use them, the easier it gets. If you are always taking them out to eat, always taking them out at home, you're not going to learn how to use your prosthetics. You need to push through it, and you need to use them. The more you use them, the easier it gets. The less you use them, it's going to just stay complicated. So you need to make sure that you're using them. If you are in pain, if they are moving and they are causing sores, do not push through that. Talk to your dentist and have them make adjustments. See if you need a soft reline. See if you should use cushion grip, and do that. Use adhesive, whatever you need to do to keep them in place. If they are causing you pain, if they are creating sores on your gums, do not push through that. But if they fit well, if everything is going there, you need to push through and use them. If they are fitting well, they are not causing sores, you want to push through it. Eat, even if it is a struggle. You are not going to learn if you don't do it. So you need to push through it. I know it's going to feel like it is impossible, and it's going to be hard, and it's going to be frustrating, but it's a necessary. Even when you replace your dentures 5 years, 7 years, 10 years down the road, dentures do need replaced. Our gums are always changing, and so you're going to, at some point, need to replace your dentures. You're going to have to learn an entire new set of prosthetics. I had to do that. I had my first set of dentures for 14 years. I got these 2 years ago this month. And I had to relearn prosthetics. I was biting the inside of my cheeks for a while. I was biting my tongue multiple times a day. And then it was a couple of times a week. And then it was a couple of times a month. And then I was fine. But I had to learn where my new prosthetics were sitting. They're bigger than my other dentures were. They had more material. They were bulkier. So my muscles in my mouth had to adjust to new prosthetics, and that's going to happen when you replace your dentures at some point down the road. You're going to have to relearn new prosthetics. You might have to learn how to smile again with new dentures because things are going to change a little bit, and your teeth might be a little bit bigger in size. There's more material, so you're going to have to adjust your smile. I had to do that. But it isn't impossible. You just have to push through it. You have to give yourself your own therapy and move through that. This video is a little bit longer than I normally do. I didn't intend for it to be a 15-minute video, so I'm going to go ahead and go. I just wanted to let people know that if you are struggling, if you didn't just put them in and go, that's okay. It's completely normal. You need to learn how to use your prosthetic teeth. It is a process. Give yourself forgiveness, patience, and understanding, and know that everybody has struggles. You are not alone in that. I'm going to go ahead and go. I'll talk to you later. Bye.